What's up, YouTube? Back with another video today. Back with another little thoughts on my head today, man. And today I want to talk about the Hyperbolic Time Chamber. If anybody ever heard of the type of Hyperbolic Time Chamber, it comes from Dragon Ball Z. I'm a big anime fan. Like, I grew up on anime before anime was cool. Like, now everybody hella into anime and it's all cool and everybody watching it. But I was back on when it was Dragon Ball, regular Dragon Ball, not Dragon Ball Z or Super or GT, all of it. I was on all of it. And I just remember thinking not too long ago, like I was in my room, and I was just thinking, it came back to me from back in the days, is when Goku wanted to get stronger. You know what I mean? When he wanted to get stronger, they had to go into this hyperbolic time chamber. And when they went into the hyperbolic time chamber, they was just in there for a while, and it just rejuvenated their body. They came out way stronger, way faster, new abilities, new tapped in power that they didn't even know that they had. And I used to just be sitting here thinking, like, dang, man, what if that was real? Like, what if the hyperbolic time chamber was really real? Like, a place where you can just go and just, like, get so much stronger and faster and better and tap into these abilities that you didn't know you had. You know, why doesn't that exist? And I found my hyperbolic time chamber. I realized that I had one the entire time. And it's crazy to me is because it kind of displays everything that I kind of think about, talk about, and try to be about every single day. Once you focus your mind on something and your mind is fixated on something, nothing else will stop that, drive that. And the passion that you have behind that will bring that into life. In the book, The Science of Getting Rich, it says the stuff that we have, this thinking stuff, it's thought. Whatever we think turns into stuff. Because we're all made up of the same matter. We're all made up of, it's all the same. We're all made up of matter, and we're all made up of the same thing. Earth, everything. You know what I mean? We're all made up of the same thing. Just what we think transform all that into life. The first person thought about a knife, they made a knife. They thought about a table, they thought about a house. All that created in the mind first, and it comes to be. And I was just obsessed with this hyperbolic time chamber and trying to get this hyperbolic time chamber, because I was like, man, if I could just get in one of those, man, I'd be just so much of a better player, so much of a better person, and this and that, and I can do this and that. And I was just wasting time by diluting myself and not realizing everything that I need and everything that I want, I already have. The exact hyperbolic time chamber that I was looking for is our very own mind, was my very own mind. I realized that I have to tap into my brain, tap into my thoughts, focus, you know what I'm saying, on all the things that I really want. I wanted to find that, and I did. In my eyes, in my mind, I found the hyperbolic time chamber that will help me tap into great new things, become a better person, become a better basketball player, become a better leader. Everything that I want in this chamber, I found. And it's the mind. The simple fact of the mind that we have, the greatest supercomputer ever made is our minds. There is no comparison to that. There ain't no comparison to the mind of what we have. It's just if we're willing to tap into that. Are we willing to go into that chamber? Because once he goes into that chamber, it ain't nothing else going on. He's locked in. He's in there for however long it takes for him to reach his ultimate self, becoming our best self, you know, being that ultimate being that we are, tapping into that, you know. And it's crazy because I was going through the little market and I found this book, you know. This is where I write down all of my thoughts, ideas, topics, letters, you know what I'm saying? And it's crazy because it's got Dragon Ball, and this is where that concept came from Dragon Ball Z, you know what I mean? And so it's kind of crazy that I stumbled upon this book. I was like, I gotta buy it. I have to buy it, you know what I'm saying? What better place than to write my thoughts in the whole concept of why I even think this way. I have a book now that correlates with that. And I thought that was pretty cool, you know what I'm saying? Because this takes me back. This brings me back. It's got the Majin Buu. You know that's old school. If you was there for the Majin Buu saga, the Majin Buu, Kid Buu, Super Buu, all that. If you was on Dragon Ball Z back then, that was, you know what I'm saying? And even take it back even further, just regular Dragon Ball when Vegeta was. I ain't gonna get into all that. That brings me back to the old days. But the whole concept of the Hyperbolic Time Chamber is just locking in, going into your mind and finding a place that you want to be, and seeing that, doing that, becoming that. You have to go into your chamber. You have to go into your chamber in your mind and find the things that you want. Find the things that you need to make you great. If you sit and ways of doing that, okay, just for myself. This is for me. I want to become a better basketball player. Obviously, I put in the work. I go, I train, I practice, I do all that. Just sat and took time and thought about the game of basketball in a focused moment. You know what I mean? Every day consistently. Every single day, I sit back and I meditate 10 minutes a day of just shooting the basketball, laying the basketball up, the fundamentals. I just think about the fundamentals every single day, because the mind, they say once your mind is locked in and fully focused on one thing, it cannot tell the difference between that you are doing, basically that which is real and that which is not. Your mind makes it real. Literally like the Matrix. He said, I thought it wasn't real. Your mind makes it real. Little gems like that are so true, but it's so untapped, and we don't focus on that. We don't really pay attention to that. That's something that a different way of life, once you tap into that, the unlocking of your mind, tapping into your mind, getting into your chamber, you know, focusing in on what you really want to expand upon, getting that new ability. I think after they hit the time chamber, he came out with the Kaioken. If you know about Kaioken and Goku back then in the Dragon Ball era, when he said Kaioken, it was a wrap. It was like, I thought at that moment, he can never get any stronger and more amazing than this. But it's unreal what he is now. But that happened by going into that chamber. Locking into that chamber. You got to get into your chamber. You got to get into your hyperbolic time chamber. You got to get into your mind. You got to focus. You got to lock into the things that you say you want out of this life. Things that you're fighting for. Things that you're striving for. Things that you say that you need to accomplish. Things that you say that you need to do for your kids. Do for your wife. Do for your family. Do for the next generation. Do for yourself. You got to find your chamber. Get into your chamber. Lock into your chamber. Your mind is that chamber that you have to go into. There ain't nothing else. There ain't no distractions. There isn't no, I got to do this. It's one thing. I'm in my chamber. I'm locked into my chamber trying to become this ultimate being. I'm trying to tap into this power that I know that I have in myself. If we don't tap into the power that we know that we have for ourselves, we can never be the ultimate being that we're trying to be. You know, And it was crazy for me because I was literally thinking about this all the time. How do I get into this chamber, man? How do I get into this chamber? Man, I wish that was real. Man, it was so crazy what it can do for changing my life. I would be so much better in this and in that. And I realized that I have that all along. And it's just a great feeling because it allows you to understand that even though you haven't got to where you want to be at the moment, you see where you want to be every single day in your mind, in your chamber. So it gives me joy, strength, you know what I mean? It gives me the energy to go the next day because I already see it, because I'm so locked in. My mind's telling me that's what it is. So everything that I said that I want to accomplish, I already see it in my mind. How can I not be happy every single day? How can I not wake up ready the next day to do something? It gets me pumped up, ready. Because I already see who I am. I already know what I am. I see it in my mind every day. I lock into my chamber. I go into my chamber. And I become that ultimate being. You know what I'm saying? And that's my thoughts for the day, man. So find your chamber, lock into your chamber so you can become that ultimate being that I know you are, man. I know we all are. We just got to get into that chamber. Get into your chamber. Till next time.